Thanks, Dieter. Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. Where we last left off, you won't see it now because it's definitely gone under, but we finished off the carrier. Yay! So, all that is remaining of the little carrier fleet are these 4 destroyers who are off to do other destroyer-y type things, I would imagine, now that the ship they were, originally meant to escort is no longer floating. So what we're going to do is we are going to head course on out of here.
New waypoint, course 286. Returning to course. New waypoint, course 273. Half speed.
And
course 269.
Head back home. So hopefully there is a new mission awaiting us in the port of Wilhelmshaven. We'll just cut right through and make it home. So, we're gonna, first off, get out of visual range of these guys, and then just head on home, avoiding conflict as best we can. Because, if we take a look at our systems, fuel's fine, and battery power will recharge. So we're fine on that front, but we're not fine on the torpedo front. We got 3, 1 in tube 4, and then 2 behind us. So, here's hoping we don't have to use any of them, to be honest with you. And, yeah, hopefully we can just, that's just a destroyer, not worth our time. And, yeah, we'll get home, get a new mission. By the time we get back, it is the 19th of March. So by the time we get back, we should be pretty damn close to Norway starting. So hopefully we'll have something up there. Much easier location to get to for a mission, so I'm excited about that. And, yeah. That's really about it. So, I will be back when something exciting happens. Alright, so, pro tip, not that I'm a pro at this game, but if you are ever not interested in combat and see a little group of freighters, just don't assume that they're not armed. We've got a fair amount of damage. We check our subsystems here. Our hull integrity is now at 58%. It got incredibly peppered by an awful lot of machine gun fire. Otherwise, things are looking okay, I suppose. My big concern is, the periscopes, but everything looks okay. It's just, going to be really loud and annoying up there, so how about we close the hatch. Nothing should be going on down here, right, guys? Nope. Good. Okay, so, yeah, just don't expect that, freighters aren't going to shoot you. Lesson learned. Alright, back when something exciting happens. And in fact, I got to thinking, if these guys are going to shoot at me, I should shoot back. And now, let's get in my artsy-fartsy cheaty view. This was the guy who was shooting at me, right? He's the guy with the machine guns on him. So, obviously, his job is to provide cover for this guy. So, let's try and hit this guy. Teach him a lesson. Smaller ship, but, that's okay. I'm not that concerned. Size doesn't always matter. Let's see if we can find our torpedo somewhere in the depth here. Look for the tail, and I don't know, not sure if this guy's gonna hit. The freighter did take some evasive maneuvers, but at least we sent him a message of, watch out, basically. And this might be a hit. We might got hit on target here. Yeah, we do. So let's go check out the damage. It's we opened up a very big hole in the side of this freighter. So, yeah, take that, jerk. Now your mission's failed. I imagine. It seems to make sense that an armed freighter would be like, hey, just make sure this guy, this unarmed freighter here, make sure he makes it. And, yeah, I don't think he will. So, suck it, jerkwad, supreme. They're not even coming around to pick up survivors or anything. Bit of a letdown. There looks like there's some damage on this guy here. I don't know if that was caused by me or something else, but this freighter here definitely going to be hurting. Let's just see. 4 knots, 8 knots. You're not going any further. As you can tell, we've stopped the water coming in. I told my engineer, hey guy, how about you go ahead and increase the repair time, and now we're all dry again on the inside. So it's good. You don't want a soggy submarine. Well, the interior, can't speak. The interior of your submarine should never be soggy, and it isn't. So, huzzah. We'll just let these guys continue on their way, and I shall continue on mine. And hopefully we'll be back in Williamshaven without taking any more damage. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so we're out of visual range of the guy who can shoot us, I believe, and this ship is definitely going to sink. So while we're getting away...
Recharging batteries. Ship sighted. Bearing 178.
Let's just make sure... Yeah, it doesn't look like he's shooting at us. That range, you know, that's pretty far. He's just got machine gun turrets. So, you know, he's not going to really be firing at us kilometers away. Not unless the gunners on those guns are really, really good. And if you're on a freighter, chances are you're probably not a good gunner. Not that I want to make generalizations about people's postings in war, but if you're a good gunner, I would assume you would be on a ship with bigger guns than just machine guns. On a ship that's not a freighter, probably a ship that's a warship would be the best bet. Anyway, that's enough rambling about positions on ships and things I know nothing about. We can see that this guy's not going to make it. The freighter now has a swimming pool. It's not really requested by the crew, but, you know, maybe it'll boost morale in the last little days or few minutes, really. Hours, perhaps, of this ship's existence as a ship and not as a reef. Well, let's reposition right on the waterline or close to it. Yeah, going down. It's a sad day for this ship. It started with such promise, and now, well, it ended early. No doubt full of some sort of fish batter or, you know, chips, maybe. Perhaps this was just a ship full of Marmite, and we have helped the world instead of hinder it. I'm going to go with that. This was a Marmite ship, and we did the world some good. Take your tasty spreads and send them right to the bottom. All right. Well, as this guy, you know, becomes fish homes, I'm going to just stop the recording here and be back when something exciting happens. And as the day switched over to March 20th, we got a new mission. Operation Weißerbung, I believe. Probably butchered that. Apologies. Attack ships within Narvik area of operations and attack the British ships entering Norway's territorial waters. Germany's war machine is feeding an iron ore imported from neutral Sweden, 90% of which passes through the Norwegian port of Narvik. Anticipating a British move on Norway, German High Command has made plans to secure the area for our use. The invasion of Denmark and Norway will begin on April the 9th. In the morning, of particular importance are the ports and air bases on the Norwegian coast, which would allow us to operate far out in and over the Atlantic, or the North Atlantic to be specific. Attacks on any shipping in and out of these areas will hamper their ability to mount any kind of defense. So, the deadline is April 11th. Thank you. Hopefully we can get back to port and, repair, do those things. And then probably we just need to get the British ships entering Norway's territorial waters. But we might as well sink a few freighters while we're up there, right? Yeah. Right, guys? We all excited for this? I know you're excited for this because you're, like, war crazy person. Anyway, let's climb the ladder. Come on, Guntram. You can do it. Get up top. Although I don't know why I'm getting up top, because we are just coming to the channel. Which means at some point, very, very quickly, we are going to be having to slip underneath the water. However, it is night. It's still stormy, so perhaps we can make it through this section of British waters without, making any contacts. Certainly hope. We've got 2 torpedoes, so, we're going to have to use them sparingly if we need to use them at all. I'm hoping we don't, and we can let those things fly in Norway. All right, back when something exciting happens. All right, so here's the situation. We got a freighter, we got a destroyer, and we're up in this section. So we can see that these guys are heading that direction, and we are heading this direction. Our courses are going to intersect. With that being the case, I want to make sure we don't get shot at, because nobody likes to get shot at. We're going to drop down to periscope depth and continue on our merry way. These guys are going 12 knots, so once we get under, we should... that's the critical word there. Should slow down, let these guys get ahead of us, and then we can slip by like this never even happened. We're picking up another destroyer down there. All right. Well, hopefully nobody comes along to mess with us.
Current depth 10 meters.
And thankfully nobody can hear us, but there's going to be a moment. There's going to be a time when we... Thank you, Benno. When we're going to get in the sonar window. So let's make that as small as we possibly can.
New contact, warship, moving slow, moving away, bearing 256, long range.
And, I mean, I guess curiosity is kind of taken over here. I just want to see, we got one torpedo left. Can we make use of it?
Tracking new target.
And my gut is telling me that we cannot. Well, that's just fine. We don't need to. We've hurt the Royal Navy enough, considering we weren't even on mission to do so. So
new contact, warship, moving slow, moving away.
There we go.
257.
You can see we're definitely avoiding all the patrols. The Royal Navy is, quite understandably, concerned only with England. The French Navy, I would imagine, is concerned only with France. And what goes up the middle is kind of just left to whoever can deal with it. So we'll put ourselves back up to half speed ahead, and we can continue on our merry way with these guys, like they never even existed. All right, so nothing exciting, but hey, we dodged some bullets there, and sometimes that's the most exciting thing that can happen. See you guys, hopefully, back in Wilhelmshaven. And just like that...
Bearing 338.
Thank you. We've returned home to Wilhelmshaven. Pretty familiar port by now.
Ship sighted. Bearing 8.
Nice to see the warships are still kicking around, and we shall end this patrol.
All stop.
All right, so let's go see how much renown that earned us. How's it going?
Cologne.
We're gonna need some upgrades.
Sure. What do you want?
3,000 renown. I'm not sure, you know, what if that added anything or not, but no real upgrades. And we got camouflage. We got our tiger stripes. We want to keep our tiger stripes. There's nothing else we can paint our ship
Sure
with.
thing. What do you have in mind?
So let's just go ahead and equip these old-fashioned steam torpedoes. Perfect.
All right. I'll have the wheels loaded onto your boat.
Perfect. Thank you.
Welcome back, Herr Cologne.
How's it going?
Come in, Captain.
Yeah, we know. So what we're gonna want is to request Operation Weisserbung. You can see it's only March 21st, so we've got plenty of time to get up there and do our stuff. So we can see, what is this requiring us to do here? Recon Bergen Naval Base. Well, we can do that. We can do that without issue.
Welcome back, Herr Cologne.
Let's start the new patrol, sir. Any ship can be a minesweeper. Once. It's very true. And if there's any, you know, ship that I would never want to be stationed on, it's a minesweeper. That just sounds
Returning
All
to
stop.
course.
Half speed
ridiculously
ahead. All stop.
dangerous.
We're approaching our final waypoint.
All
Would
right,
you
that's
like
good.
to plot
Ship
a new
sighted.
course,
Area
Captain?
2, 3, 1.
Maybe a search
Engage
pattern?
electric motors.
My God, the crew, they're excited. They're ready to go. All right.
Engage electric motors.
Don't engage our electric motors. We're not underwater.
New waypoint. Course 359. Returning to
Half speed
course.
ahead.
New waypoint. Course 339.
Once we get past the seawall, we're clear and ready.
221. New waypoint. Course
We should be able to skirt past Helgeland there, which is good. And then on up into Bergen,
50.
or Bergen, however you would pronounce that. This is going to be a tricky place to scout. So I'm not sure what would be the best way to go in, whether up and around or through, probably through here, depending. That's more of a straight in. But chances are, also looking at the depth, that this would be where most ships go, whereas up through here, that's pretty unlikely to have anything big. So we'll be able to get sneaking in. Come on, give me zoom. No? No, you're not going to give me zoom? There we go. Okay, just had to move the map around a bit, apparently. So yeah, we can probably sneak in that way, sneak back out that way, and continue on our way up there. So let's get out of the map view, make sure we're clear out of port. Hauling ass as usual. I like it, guys. And let's go ahead and get rid of these. Because believe it or not, by this stage, I understand how to move around my ship and interact with it. We have 9 promotion points to spend. So that's good. We'll just make sure we make this turn. And we do. And let's go ahead and give our crew some promotions. Some more things to do. Sound coding, faster battery recharge, engine tuning. I think I'm going to get engine tuning
Waters, Captain.
up to max. And the recharge rate, actually, you know what? That would be handy. And another level of sound coding.
Escort sighted. Bearing
37.
What else do we want to do? Our torpedo guy, maybe? Yeah, that's fine. Our morale is, you know, we're a pretty happy ship. I'll leave it at that. Sound guy, maybe do another level of sound guy stuff, or our radio guy. Let's see. Precision, reload. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is that,
Escort sighted. Bearing
73.
that, and then that. Perfect. We're set, we're ready. No new medals. I would have figured sinking an aircraft carrier would have been a good way to earn a medal. But, you know what? We weren't we weren't on mission, and that's probably why. The BDU was like, look, we're glad that you sunk an aircraft carrier. That's amazing. And, you know, what, 4 destroyers? Well done. But you stole a U-boat and a crew and discharged weapons and all this other stuff. So it's probably one of those things where, like, look, your crew learned some stuff, but we can't acknowledge this, because then everybody in the Kriegsmarine is going to think that they can just steal their ship and go do their merry own happy things, you know, whenever the BDU's like, take some time off. That's my thinking anyway. Whether it's accurate or not, I'm not that concerned about it. Rarely am when I get to my thinking. How's it going? Gentlemen? You guys sure spend a lot of time in port. It seems like a pretty cushy gig compared to these poor U-boat crew who are stuck in a metal tube consistently, you know, in the ocean. That's really all I got. So as we leave port with a slightly better crew, it's always a good thing. We're ready to go. Our torpedoes are fully loaded. We're all set and ready to show those Norwegians, you know, what's what. Apparently.
Sighted. Bearing 153.
All right. We'll be back when something exciting happens. All right. So we've made it to this area of Norway. The ports are still listing green. So I'm thinking, come on. We should be pretty safe.
62. Returning to
Off,
course.
speed ahead.
New waypoint. Course 52. New waypoint. Course 4. New waypoint. Course.
Sorry. The thought escaped me while I started putting lines on the map. We should be pretty safe
Course 318.
to scout this thing out. I mean, unless this changes.
Course 311.
Eee, that's looking pretty close. That should be better. Yeah, it's still green. So I don't know. I don't think we're at war with Norway yet. While I'm sailing through this channel, very well could wind up becoming, you know, a tricky situation. But as it is now, we should be pretty safe and clear. So that's exciting. On the U-boat upgrade front, our half speed ahead is now 20 knots. So it should be 13. It says 13 surfaced or 4 knots submerged. It's now actually 20. So I'm excited to see what flank speed ahead is going to be. And I'm also excited to see how an extra level, I think it was just an extra level. Oh, it might have been 2. Regardless, how that's going to equate to our underwater speed as well. Because if there's one little disadvantage of our submarine, it's that it's pretty slow underwater. So that's exciting to see how quick we're going to be moving. 20 knots, going speed 3, that's pretty good to me.
Depth under keel is 24 meters, Captain.
So we don't have a lot of room, and we can see that it is going to get pretty freaking shallow. So yeah, that is a bit of a concern. We're a submarine. We're designed to go underwater, and you know, we're not going to be able to go underwater. Makes me a little bit nervous. Yeah, that's Norway, buddy. Look at all them trees.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
Little... Oh, no, that's not a village. That's just, you know, the light beneath the trees. Anything over here? Nope. No, just more green and trees. So, while we wiggle our way through the little channel that I've discovered here, and perhaps that would have been a quicker route. In fact, I'm almost positive it would have been, so when we come out, we'll just come out that way, and, you know, job well done, Defiance. We're gonna just continue on sailing, and I'm gonna be back when something exciting, or potentially, you know, nice nature shot. You never know what we're gonna see going through this channel. Right, this section here is going to be pretty damn interesting, so we'll see. Anyway, back when something exciting or beautiful happens. Aww. Alright, so one interesting thing, I don't know if I'd call this exciting, but interesting, is there's a military ship over there. Now, I'm going to guess that it's a Norwegian ship, and it's still reporting as green, so haha, that's good. But depending on, you know, how the geopolitical situation goes by the time we get there, or even, you know, on our way out, this could turn into a dangerous little area right in here. So, you know, sneaking out as quick as possible is going to be definitely a viable option. And if we check the depth,
Under keel is 39
well then,
meters,
at least we know we'll be able to slink down to periscope depth in this bay if we need to. But hopefully we won't need to. Anyway, we're still a ways out of Bergen. We should probably be there. The sun's just going down now, so we should probably be there sometime in the early morning. I'm hoping before sunup, but, you know, you can't control these things. You just gotta go with the flow. And as tempting as it is to hit that max speed button, we've definitely got the fuel to be able to do that. I just don't know if going, you know, well above 20 knots. Even 20 knots seems like it's probably a bit too quick to be going through this section. I don't think I want to go any faster. So, yeah. We'll just, we'll leave it where it is. There's the ship there. And it's still green, so we're still friends with Norway. Hello, friend. We'll see you in a bit. And I will see you guys when something exciting happens. Alright, status update. They have 2, potentially 3, let's just see, yeah, 3 at least destroyers in this region. So, again, they're all notifying us friendly, which is great.
Depth under keel is
16.
15 meters,
Whew,
Captain.
that is dangerous. That is very dangerous. I do not like fighting in shallow waters in a submarine, so I am going to do everything in my power to avoid, you know, going under and having to shoot these guys. So hopefully we can just hold off on the attack while we scout out this port, and nothing bad's going to happen. That's my hope anyway. All right, back when something exciting happens. Also, yeah, I mean, just as an aside, some nice terrain going on here, you know, but it's dark, so it's hard to get, you know, nice shots, and the sun's down, and, you know, it's cloudy, so we wouldn't even get a good sunset. Anyway, back when something exciting happens. Alright, so we've turned, and we've made our final approach into the port of Bergen, and, actually, let me just pull this up, what is it, just this recon. We've got a green warship, and we've got a red warship, so it looks like there might be some sort of allied ship in port. It's 10 clicks out and it's not moving at all. So that's something we're going to need to keep our eye on, because
Depth under keel is 41 meters.
I'm nervous about the depth of the little strait here. And, yeah, so whatever ship it is that's identifying as an enemy is definitely in the harbor. And then we've got another guy sitting out here right there. Who's friendly still, so it's good.
On the horizon, bearing 10.
Good news for us, and as long as that destroyer doesn't make a move, I'm guessing it's a destroyer, I don't know for sure. It could be that there, or that could be, it could be that ship there. Regardless,
Depth under keel is 26 meters, Captain.
oh, there's 2 of them.
27.
Periscope depth. Depth under keel is 24
We should be pretty safe to do this sneakily. And again, I don't know how close
point. Course 8.
I need to get to have this thing officially as scouted. Okay, so there's 2 destroyers, or 2 warships in port. So hopefully we can just do this rather sneakily and not have any
Electric
cause
motors. Current depth 10 meters.
for them to come out of the harbor and be like, hey, we should probably investigate that U-boat. And that gets shallow, doesn't it? That gets very shallow. So we're going to have to be mindful of that. This whole area gets pretty freaking shallow. So hopefully we don't run aground. That would be actually quite devastating, I would imagine. So in fact, let's kind of just keep ourselves close to that ship, because we're going to assume that it stays in sort of the deeper regions.
Depth under keel is 33 meters, Captain.
The 33 meters, I mean, that is more than enough. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on sailing in.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
Ship sighted. Bearing 5.
Okay, how shallow?
Depth under keel is
Whew.
2 meters, Captain.
I'll stop.
All stop.
All right, so it looks like that rock is purely cosmetic. I hope. Otherwise, you know, the Defiance is going straight to the bottom. Regardless, we're kind of at a point now where we can't be underwater.
Surface the boat.
So we'll just have to surface and hope that no destroyers take an exception. So look, there's quite a Norwegian fleet up here. These guys are friendly, so I'm okay checking it out. They're not-
Escort sighted. Bearing
they're not going to attack us.
9.
We should get back, and we can definitely drop that down. 7. Oh, good. The door is open. Hope it wasn't open the whole time. Yeah, we know it wasn't.
Recharging batteries.
Okay, let's just go slow speed ahead. We're just going to say to the destroyers, look, we're not here to sink you. We're just here to scope the place out. If we wanted to sink you, we would have by now. Although that looks like it's a Norwegian ship, so opening fire on that guy is not a good idea.
Ship sighted. Bearing 6.
It's these guys in the harbor that we would want to hit if we were going to.
Smoke on the horizon. Bearing 246.
We're going to avoid that destroyer. And this has got to be close enough to count as scouting out the port, right? Like, I don't know what we need to do to recon. If there's anything special, or like, do we have to come into the port? I don't know. We'll find out.
Escort sighted. Bearing.
Man, that is making me nervous. If those British ships decide to wake up, although they are just sitting there.
3 4.
Then there's one supposedly over here somewhere. That's not it. That's Norwegian. That's Norwegian. That's big, but it's Norwegian. That is from the Netherlands, I believe. And then, no, that's Norwegian. There's got to be something on the other side of this Norwegian ship that would be potentially an enemy. Right? Ah, that's definitely a destroyer.
Depth under keel is 60 meters, Captain.
So, but I don't... We've definitely reconned this port. We know who are here. We know that there's
Bearing
some enemy destroyers here.
I'll stop.
And yeah, I'm not really sure what else we could be doing when it, pertains to reconning a port. This is pretty effectively reconned, I would imagine. I don't particularly think I would want to sink a warship while it's in the port of a potential ally, or at least a friendly nation. That seems like it would be a pretty aggressive thing to do. Let's just
Back slow.
get ourselves slowing down a bit more here. That should be
stop.
good. Yeah, I'm really not sure what I need to do. So, what I'm gonna do is, for the first and only time, well, I'm not gonna say only, but for the first time, I'm gonna pause the game. I'm gonna stop this recording, and I am gonna hit up Google to tell me what I need to do to recon, because as far as I'm concerned, I've reconned. So I'll be back once I've done my due diligence and checked out what I need to do. All right. Well, thanks to the Google, I know what to do now.
Depth under keel is 16 meters, Captain.
That is pretty not deep enough. Come on. Hopefully nobody attacks while we're doing this. But apparently what you need to do to scout is to... We're really bouncing around here, which is unfortunate. But to just lock onto a ship. So we'll pick this guy. And then we want to take a photo. That's a pretty bad photo. But, yeah. Let's see if we can get a better one. Although with bobbing and weaving that's going on, that's going to be difficult. There we go. That's what I want to get a picture of. Oh. We could only take one photo, and that photo's took. So, job well done. Mission accomplished. Think the scope's in your way there, Dieter. Let me get that down for you. There. Now the Uzo should be usable. All right. Well then, let's go and turn this sucker around.
Back full.
We'll go back full. Get ourselves out of here. And what would be the best and quickest way to exit? I guess up this way, because we eventually want to come up there. So that's the plan. And as long as the
On the horizon, bearing 239.
Norwegian Navy stays friendly to us, let's see, we can just go
New waypoint.
that way.
181. Returning
Half
to
speed
course.
ahead.
Oh. Well, fine. If you're going to do it that way,
New waypoint. Course 229.
I hope you don't,
New waypoint. Course 269.
put us anywhere dangerous. For a second, I thought I heard gunfire. But I didn't. Thank you for not shooting at us, Britain. We didn't take your picture, so, let's call it even. Yeah, I mean, we could go through here.
New waypoint. Course 323. New
It seems
waypoint. Course 327. New waypoint. Course 336.
perhaps more convoluted and dangerous than it needs to be.
357. New waypoint. Course 17. New
And then
waypoint,
up.
course 63. New waypoint. Course
Yeah, we should be pretty clear.
130.
And there we go. So, Narvik area of operations is where we want to go to sink those fleets and sink the British fleet. 9th of April, 1940. Okay. So we just want to get ourselves in position up here near Narvik to, you know, sink some ships and
New waypoint. Course 173.
prevent the British from getting any sort of heavy ships in the region. All right. I will be back when I got something more interesting to show you guys. All right. So,
Periscope damaged!
yeah, we're taking damage, and I would imagine it's from one of these destroyers that could very possibly woken up and now have crews and are utilizing their
Shut down diesel engines!
big
Recharging
guns.
batteries. Current depth 10.
It's not that guy.
meters.
And it doesn't... Well, maybe it is this guy. Are you shooting at me? Probably not now because, Jesus Louise, that's not good. Hull integrity is still at 100% though, so that's okay. It's just the attack periscope and the observation periscope. So we're going to be fixing those guys up while we, oops, clear out of the port. We're looking okay on depth for a little while, so that's good. But of course, it's always concerning when you're getting shot at. But hey, you know what? We avoided it, and we didn't take really any damage that is detrimental. We got a promotion point to give to somebody, so huzzah. I don't think I can promote myself, and none of my officers. So, let's see. We'll get you that. There we go. Moving on, and hopefully with far less water leaking into our ship. Yeah, once we get up to about here, I figure we'll be clear enough to surface and, you know, get back to living a happy life. I will be back when something exciting happens. Alright, so we have made it to our area of operations. We can see that it is April the 7th, midday-ish. We've got a British task force coming in on the 8th of April, so tomorrow. And that's one of our objectives, attack British ships entering Norway's territorial waters. So, I'm going to leave myself in position here. We're going to see if we can find any sort of merchant convoys or what have you that we can take care of up in this area. But mainly, we're just going to be waiting for the Brits. Again, I don't think I'm going to need to get all 3 stars on this operation, because we only have 2 Iron Crosses left, so perhaps we only need to accomplish one or the other. Regardless, we've got a couple of days to do it, not a lot of time, but, you know, it's time that we've got. And as you can plainly hear, the old Defiance, she's still leaky, if we take a look at our subsystems. Our attack periscope and our observation periscope still a little bit damaged, mainly because somehow Yosef here got himself injured when those destroyers were shooting. I'm not sure how he did in this section of the hull, but he found a way. So, you know, good for him. Hopefully he heals up quickly so then we can get on the repairs of the attack periscope. It's not too damaged, but really it's that annoying crackling sound that I can't. Ugh, that's gonna suck to have going on in the background when lining up shots, etc. But that is going to be in the next episode. I feel like this is a good place to end this one, so let's go ahead, save our game, and we're going to just call this one Norway. So we will save it and exit the game. So Thank you guys very much for watching. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed the video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. And again, thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next time.